Okay, here's the food that will cure depersonalization, cure anxiety, cure depression, high carb, low fat foods. We're gonna make a lentil soup today that's bomb. So, first thing is 2 tomatoes. These are about medium-sized Roma tomatoes. We're gonna add 2 in there. Next, we got half of a large onion chopped. Everything is finely chopped, going in there. We got 1 small carrot chopped up and going in there. Then I've got 2 small stalks of celery in there chopped up. I got about 3 cloves of garlic finely chopped going in there. And for the spices, we got about, I think this is a teaspoon, maybe 2 teaspoons. I've got about a teaspoon of turmeric. I've got 2 teaspoons of coriander powder, 2 teaspoons of salt. These might be tablespoons, I'm not sure. You let me know in the comments. And then we've got a serrano cut in half if you like things spicy. That's it. Okay, now this is the key. This is where all the flavor is going to come from. I've got my pot on a medium-high heat. I'm using an Instant Pot, so I just got it on the saute feature. And I've got all my stuff in there. As you can see, I haven't really moved anything. And at the bottom, you can see there's water coming out. That water is coming from the vegetables themselves. And that's helping to cook the vegetables. It's helping to bring out the flavor, the natural flavor inside of the vegetables, inside of my spices. And that salt is gonna help break down the cell wall of the vegetable and bring out that moisture. I have not added any oil in this recipe, and I won't add any oil in this recipe because it doesn't need it. So that water is going to help things from sticking on the bottom. Now, you're going to leave it like this until, I would say, around 3 minutes. You're not gonna move anything, you're just gonna leave it on there for 3 minutes. You're trying to get a sear, you're trying to get like a browning effect on the vegetables. I'll check back in once I move everything around. Okay, while that's cooking, let's take a look at this bag of lentils. So for all of the recipes that we're doing when we're high carb, low fat vegan, what we're looking for is no oil, you're looking for low fat, and you're looking for high carbohydrates. So if we look at the back of this package, we can see that for every 100 grams of lentils, we've got 21 grams of protein, we've got 0 grams of fat, and we've got 18 grams of carbohydrates. Now you don't need that much protein, but this is a bean, you know, lentil, so it's got some protein in there. But the key here is it's got 0 grams of fat, and it's got some carbs in there. So that's what you want. When you're looking to do recipes, you're looking for things that are high in carb, low in fat. So that's things like corn, tortillas, steamed rice, steamed potatoes, steamed corn, things like that. We're still got our veggies cooking there. You can still see that natural water inside the vegetables is being released. I have not added any water to my pot, and so we're just gonna let that to keep cooking. Like I said, around maybe 4 to 5 minutes before I even move things around. It's been about 5 minutes. I've now moved my vegetables, and now the salt is starting to cover, the salt and the seasoning is starting to cover all the vegetables. And like I said, that salt is breaking down the cell wall inside of the vegetables. And so it's starting to release more of that water. I have not added any water to my pot yet. You may have to if your pot is hotter than mine. And really what you're gonna do is, if you're starting to see that things are sticking too much to the pot, you're just gonna grab a glass of water and you're just going to barely put any in, just a little splash of water, just like a little splash like that. And you're gonna start moving that around to the bottom of the pan and trying to get those stuck bits at the bottom of the pan. You're trying to get them unstuck. But you're just gonna splash it with water. And you're not gonna drown it in water. And basically, you're gonna keep doing that for, you know, maybe 10, 15 minutes. We're gonna cook these vegetables like this, because really that's what's gonna bring out all the flavor that's going to go into your lentil soup. Okay, so I've been cooking my vegetables now for the first 5 minutes without moving anything, moved it around. Now it's been cooking like this for another maybe 3 to 4 minutes. And now is when you want to start moving things around more frequently, because there's less water in the vegetables. And so things may start to stick, and really you just don't want to burn anything. You want to get a nice browning on the vegetables, but not burning. You don't want it to turn black. So now you're going to be moving things around more frequently and just checking on it ever so often. Like I said, we're gonna cook like this for around 10 to 15 minutes, and then that's when we're gonna add our lentils and then the water, close up the pot, and cook everything. Okay, so now things are starting to get nice and brown. Things are starting to get a little sticky. So now you're going to wash your lentils. You're gonna pop them in. Okay, so I've added in my lentils. That was probably around 1.5 cups, maybe 2 cups of lentils. And to that I added, I don't know, around probably 6 cups of water, maybe 5 cups of water. You're gonna be experimenting with this stuff, at home. So the first time it might not come out completely right, but it'll still be tasty. And yeah, so I've got my lentils in there. I've got my water. I'm just gonna, kind of scrape the bottom of the pan a little bit with my spatula thing, and just get some of those brown bits off the bottom. And then all we're gonna do is just, if you want to add a little more salt to taste, you can add a little more salt. We're gonna cover up the pan, and we're going to pressure cook this for 15 minutes. 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. And then your soup will be all done. If you don't have an Instant Pot and you just have a regular pot, you may have to cook this for a little bit longer.